I know Tekashi was calling around everybody under the sun to get an interview. Did he hit flip the script up? Welcome to No Ideas Original Podcast featuring Shannon, Mr. Rob, and Zane. Today we're joined by DJ G Money. What's good, brother? How are you?
Yo, pleasure to be here, man. Happy to be here, y'all.
Well, thanks for taking time out of your schedule to do this for us.
Nah, I appreciate you. You know, I knew we were supposed to be here last week, but I got a little caught up last week, so I apologize on that. But we here, man.
He's a guy, man. You making moves out there, kid.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it happen. Yo, how's the audio? Because it's my first time on this joint. I had to go get the new Chrome and all that for y'all to make sure everything. Y'all, I'm saying you guys are fancy over there, man. You guys a little fancy over here, man. You gotta be download the new Chrome and all this. You know what I'm saying?
That's love. Yo, let's take it back to your roots. Tell us what it was like growing up in Queens and what made you decide to get into DJing.
Oh, dope. Born and raised in Queens, man. The origins of DJing for me, I think if I go back to the first thought of it, my pops from 40 Projects, he used to DJ back in the days. So anybody from the Queens area, from New York City, you may or may not heard of him, but he was a local legend. I met his brother's DJ, his twin brother. They go by Monkey and Rat.
Okay.
So he used to DJ back in the days, and growing up, I would hear the stories. Well, first off, before I heard the stories, I was a little young. They bought me this preschool. What's this? It's right here in my room right now too. Fisher Price turntable. When I was like 2 years old. So that's probably the beginning of it. So I had that from like 2, but I recall playing like Run DMC records on there and stuff like that. I think I had the It's Like That, and that's the way it is. I had that on vinyl.
Classic.
So I started from, that's probably the first initial when I was like a baby, just messing the record up, putting it on the Fisher Price joint, just not even scratching, but scratching a needle on the vinyl, messing it up. Horrible. And then after that, growing up hearing the stories from my dad, park jams, and him DJing with different DJs from the area, and all the stories. And then fast forward to about junior high school when I was watching the movie Juice. Like most DJs my age, that battle scene kind of caught us and was like, woo!
Yeah.
Had to like, yo. So that year for Christmas, I'm like, yo, Mom, Pops, I just want turntables, man. I don't want no toys, no games. Just give me some turntables for the crib. I want to just do what he did in the movie. I don't even, what I'm saying? I want to just learn a little bit of the joint. And then also my man DJ TNT, he used to DJ at our junior high school basketball games. I was on the team. I used to see him DJ like, yo, that's kind of cool. Like he playing records and like I'm on the bench because I ain't play that much. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm on the bench rocking like, yo, who this dude? Like this is kind of cool. Like he got the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh.
Yeah. So, yo, did you go? You went from Fisher Price straight to Technique 1200s?
Straight to So of course in between that was a gap. Like what I'm saying? Like I was like 2 with the Fisher Price, and then I was just playing basketball. I was a basketball head. So, and then like 12 or 13, I'm like, yo, I need it for Christmas. And then Pops is like told Mom's like, yo, she's trying to buy some other stuff, and he's like, yo, listen, I should DJ. You can't just buy him whatever. You gotta get the right joint. Like this is my son. Like we gotta get the techniques. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, we gotta get techniques 1200. So they went to the store. He said it was kind of expensive, but I guess it was worth it, man. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So yeah, I started from back then. Like this is like I know my first gig was in 1999.
I was gonna ask you about that. How was that experience, man?
Yeah, it was dope. My cousin Takeem, rest in peace, man. He passed away a few years ago. My first cousin. I did his birthday party. That was my first gig in 1999 at his crib in 40 Projects.
Wow.
So, you know, my pops started in 40, I started in 40. And it was just
a baby boy gonna follow behind you, a little.
I don't know what
this like you got a little light too, man.
This guy is crazy, bro. I don't know what he's gonna be doing. He's into everything, you know. I definitely exposed him to it. You know what I'm saying? Give him the opportunity. So
Right.
you know, I bring him to gigs when I can. I let him see me setting up. I explain to him like, yo, daddy's out. If you don't see me and I'm out late because I'm booked to DJ. He's like, what do you mean by book? I'm like, you know, people pay me to come out and play music. He's like, oh, I'm like, yeah. So if you want some more toys, some more games, let me go outside. I'll be back.
Talk about that a little bit. Being a father, and then you know, with your work schedule, how are you able to balance that, man, and keep them involved?
Oh man, of course it's tough, you know. But I'm cut from the cloth. You know, my parents and grandparents, like they didn't leave me stranded, and you know what I'm saying, like they've been involved since day one. Like
that's right.
My parents are still on my case now. Like they still text me now, like, you okay? I see you out DJing here. Or like I go on Instagram live, they watching it live, like, okay, I see you good. You said, I'm like, yo, chill. I'm okay. Like, I'm all right. So, you know,
that's locked in. They're gonna do that with God. I ain't gonna front. My mom do the same thing too, son.
Yeah, so it's love, but you know, I come from that club, so you know what I'm saying. So I have to be there. You know what I'm saying. So I try to be there as much as I can. If I got a DJ or work, then I'm out. But you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I try to put the time in, and then, you know, like I said, even certain gigs I could do it. But if I'm DJing a Sweet 16 or a baby shower, or I'm doing something that I can bring him, an outdoor event, I try to bring him with me so he can see it. And he can just come out and also hang out and have fun too. But, you know,
right.
But it's definitely not an easy balance, man. I just feel like it's needed, man. We got to take care of our young ones from early. You know, like these are the important years right now.
That's right, and they're very impressionate, man. So they're watching exactly what we do and how we're moving around. Yo, I watched the set you did in Trinidad. That shit was hot.
Oh man, you
had me hot. I was.
I did some work. I did some research.
Yo, talk a little bit about that, and then talk about also how did you get linked up with Comic-Con?
Oh man, all right. So Trinidad, that was me and Queenzflip. Shout out to Queenzflip. We actually, you know, we got a podcast and all that, so we went out there to interview Bangum Smurf because he's in Trinidad, so you know he can't. I think he still can't come out to the States yet. So we spoke to him. He was like, "Yo, if y'all come out here, we do the interview. Like we set it up." So we like, "All right, let's fly out." You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him and his man Kev took care of us we was out there for a whole week. They just kind of like made sure every morning we got up, went out to eat or whatever we did. It was like, yo, call me whenever y'all doing. And they came and they was with us every step of the way. Like, so they was with us lunch, like, and then like they set us up with mad interviews out there, different radio stations, like the top radio stations out there. Nice. It's like, yo, we gotta get, you know, Flip and G Money in town. Let's get them on deck. And I'm gonna go up there with y'all in case anybody on some nonsense.
Right.
We got, you know what I'm saying? Y'all good. So
that's right.
So that journey on the radio was they really was they wanted both of us to be on part of it, but to be honest, Queenzflip, his name with the pranks and all that, I keep things a band, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't sugarcoat nothing. They really wanted to interview him because of the viral and all that stuff. So they was like interested in him, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll pull up and play my role. Like, I ain't about no ego tripping. So I was there with him holding the camera, making sure we get pictures and videos and everything. But in return, and bless you. And in return, you know, he on one of the stations we got on, he was like hyping me, like, yo, it's my man G, he nice. Like, put him on the radio right now. And I'm like, yo, word? He's like, yo, where your bag at? I'm like, it's in the car, what's up? And then they're like, yo, plug up. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So that was
a crazy set. Yeah, you went on your queen shit for real. That
had to.
Yes,
had to. And then you said the Comic-Con joint.
Comic-Con, yeah.
What's crazy is I'm a big fan of Impractical Jokers. You know, I'm not sure if you guys familiar with the show.
Yeah.
I'm a big, like, I'm talking about from like season 1, episode 1. I've been like, from before it came out, I was on like, yo, this is gonna be my favorite show. I already feel it. So, you know, just networking and meeting the right people, the right places. They actually gave me an opportunity to DJ their 100th episode at South Street Seaport.
That's right.
Now, like I said, I keep things a band. You know what I'm saying? I'm a completely transparent type of dude. Like, they reached out to me. Well, people reached out to me, and it was like, yo, we're not paying for this event. Like, this is a free event, but they need a DJ. Are you interested? So I'm like, yo, opportunity, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a fan of the show, and it's on live TV, so I might get a little cameo. I don't know, but I'm out there. So I brought the equipment, everything, got out there, rocked out, and then the year after that, they emailed me like, yo, we want to hire you now to come play.
So were you a resident DJ?
So
if you will, I don't know if that's a term when you're locked.
I don't. I mean, it seemed like it. I don't know if I'm a resident, but I mean, you know, this year if we didn't have COVID, it probably would have been the 5th year I've been out there with them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's 4 years in a row. You know, and what's crazy is I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I didn't know what Comic-Con was, bro. I didn't know what it was at all. I'm not into that kind of stuff too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, so, it's a comic book, sick world.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Oh God, son.
I'm not really into that lifestyle. You know, shout out to anybody that's into it. I mean, I watch the movies and stuff here and there, and you know, Avengers and all that. But I'm not. I had no idea what Comic-Con was. So they sent me an email, and the email was like, "Hey, interested in booking you?" Like it was a real simple email. Interested in booking you in Gaslamp for Comic-Con. So I'm like, "What is Gaslamp?" Well, I said, "Where is Gaslamp? And what is Comic-Con?" So I had to Google both of them joints. Like, yo, let me see. I'm like, Gaslamp. It's like Gaslamp San Diego. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's Comic-Con? And I've seen the pictures. And I'm like, I call my boy Reg West, who DJs. Like he's a like tour DJ or whatever. That's like my big bro, a mentor type. You know what I'm saying? So I called him. He was like, why you asking? I'm like, yo, somebody emailed me about Comic-Con, bro. Like, what's that? He's like, that's huge. He's like, yo, so if you getting that, that's pretty big. So
I've been to a couple of conventions and they shut cities down, B.
Yeah, they do. Especially out here in DC. When they have it in DC at the convention center.
At the convention center, yes, sir.
Word?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was my first time rocking that year. That was like 2016. I think the first time I went.
What was that crowd like? We was doing like 20, 30,000?
So when they booked me the first year, they was like, yo, we want you to play for 3 dates, and it's gonna be at the same location. It was like a little small restaurant. Basically the guys from the show was gonna come by there every day and greet the fans, do giveaways, yada yada yada. Like, so kind of like I'm playing music in the background, whatever like that, meet the guys, blah blah. So it was like that. It was a small venue, like a picture me DJing like a Friday or something like that.
Okay.
But they decked the whole place out with like the stuff from the show. So like they rearranged the whole joint. But what was changing for me was the last day I was booked there, I was DJing there, and they had the big show up the block with the guys, like a whole block party in this like baseball field. So that was like a couple thousands of people.
Yeah.
And then they sent me a text like, hey, can you get over here right now? The DJ we booked, something happened with the contract. He has to leave. Like he's leaving like in 5 minutes. So I'm like,
on the spot.
Yeah. So I'm like, they're like, yo, tell the sound guy where you had to put a mix on or something. You got to come over here, please. Like whatever you need, we'll take care of you. Like we'll figure it out, but just come. So I went there, and then I rocked out there like New York style. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. That's right.
Got on the set talking about, yo, what up, San Diego mix? And then I guess when you play outside of your city, they're not really used to that kind of like.
That's right.
That vibe. So I'm on a set now, and they like, who the hell is this dude? And then so all the execs there that work for True TV and all that, they were just like, yo, we messed up. We booked this other guy from San Diego to rock out, and he was just. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who he was. I ain't gonna like downplay him or whatever. I can't remember his name, but I remember walking in the baseball field, and he's like on his phone, like he's not really watching. He's not rocking the crowd. He's kind of like
watch the crowd.
He's just like this, like
playing records,
texting, song on, texting, like not interested. So when I jumped on, I'm in there like, yo, where y'all from? I'm from New York. Make some. So then they're like, yo, we should have been hot. That's it. Every year they're like, yo, that's next year. Is nobody else. That they was like, that's it. It's like it's over.
Now, do you have like what's your favorite like 2 or 3 records that you play and you like, damn, this is gonna get the party or get the mood right for the you have like a top three records of all time?
That's tough. That's the good question. I really don't. I mean, there's songs that I know is guaranteed gonna hit. You know what I mean? Like any city you go to, there's records that I know I can play. Like that's gonna go crazy. It's usually some throwback joints.
Yeah.
Something like this is how we do it. Oh, it's always easy. You know what I mean? Or something like the DMX, like y'all gonna make me lose my, like those are kind of just you can play that anywhere, they're gonna rock to it. But I mean, for me, there's no really top three. I just I kind of tailor each gig differently. So if I'm in the hood, then we turn it up like that. You know what I'm saying? But something like
demographics, right?
Yeah. I'm really big on preaching to DJs and preaching to people who do events like watching the crowd. Like I walk in the venue and I kind of like, for me, it don't really matter where I'm playing at, but I'm gonna look around the crowd and see who's in the building first before I play their first song. I'm gonna look around. I'm like, all right, cool. Even like right now, if I'm watching y'all three. If you're like, yo, G, play some music, I have to look at all three of y'all. Just look at y'all faces to kind of see, like, all right, how old might he be? You know what I'm saying? I heard DC.
They fool you.
That's the great.
They fool you.
around what age? Around what age he? They might be. I heard him say DC. So I'm paying attention to all that. I'm hearing like, okay, he's from DC. I don't know the other two guys from, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna just, I might throw some.
Yeah. So okay.
BX, okay. So now you.
Now all three of us was born in the Bronx, and then I moved to Jersey when I was like 12, and then I moved down to Maryland about a good long while ago. So
okay.
I mean.
So see, knowing that about you, I might start with you. I might put some go-go something for you real quick, just to tap into your town.
Go-go is huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might throw a little 6 in the morning, the pancake house. I might throw a little
scenario. Yeah,
just to get just to get you right. I'm like, all right, now I see where he at with it. All right, cool. Now I'm trying to tap in the rest of the people. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I do it.
That's the recipe. That's what's up.
Zane was trying to get a set out of you to put his set together. No, okay. he don't DJ. Yo, let me ask you this.
Hey, but quick question, fellas. Like, is go-go played mildly up there in New York and Jersey and stuff like that? Or it's just like one or two songs that they play over and over again?
Go-go is a DC thing, bro.
Let me tell you this, like not to straight the conversation so far away, but it's a DC thing, but I've gone like other places and gone, traveled around and it ring off. Like regardless, you don't have to
You can rock.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, I asked DJ EFN this, and we have Ron G also. What was it like making the transition from the Technique 1200s to Serato?
Right. Different. Very, very nerve-wracking, man. I was very nervous. very, very scary.
Everybody says that.
Very scary. So this is how I remember it. I remember playing vinyl for years. I remember going to a spot, seeing someone have the two same records on the turntables the whole night. I was like, what is that? That's kind of crazy. Like, that's some kind of magic trick he got going on. So I don't know what. Then I did the research, got to Serato, everything. And I'm like, all right, I'm not leaving my crates home until I do at least a couple of parties first, because I don't know, the computer might mess up. I don't know what's
smart man.
I was nervous for a long time, and then I started to leave the crates home. I would bring like one CDJ with me, and I would put like some of my go-to records on a couple CDs, just in case. I made like a little quick reggae CD, hip hop CD, songs that I know I can throw in case I gotta fix something real quick.
Yeah.
So I had like a little book with enough drinks to hold me down.
Yeah, just in case.
You know what I'm saying? Just in case. And then after a while, I'm like, all right, cool. It's cool. It's it's life, makes life a lot easier. But I definitely nervous first, like for like months. I was like, nah, I'm bringing it.
How long did it take you to master it?
On Serato?
Yeah.
I feel like that's so long ago, man. That part I don't remember how long it took me to master it. I feel like it was kind of quick though. I don't think it was too. Once you got the concept, it's pretty much good. And then I remember doing an event one night, a club one night, and my boy was like, "Yo, there's no turntables here," and I was like, "How we gonna play Serato with no?" So yo, go in turn them over for the for those listening who don't know, it's like when you just kind of play off the laptop.
Yeah,
pressing the button. So I had just the mixer and the laptop, and he was like, "Yo, you don't have your songs queued up? I'm like, nah, I'm used to playing like the old school way. So I first got Serato, I was just playing off the air. And he was like, yo, you can save the cues. I didn't know. I was like, oh, so I had to go back and do a bunch of homework and I try to go through every song and queue up all the songs just in case. So it's definitely a process. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, man. Like trying to convert the songs that you have on vinyl to your laptop or your CDs, loading the CDs up and renaming some of this, you know, like it's a lot.
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
It's the crazy. And to think, man, wax. I like hearing it in wax better, man, because we got that organic sound. You hear a little fried chicken on there, a little fried chicken sound. That's the best thing. You know, there was a quote you put out, which is a dope quote. I think it read something like, "The world as we have created is the process of our thinking." I think that was a dope quote. What portion, or what can I say, would you agree is a good portion of our internal problem stemming from our thoughts? Like, you know, how do you feel about that? If you get what I'm saying, like, you know, most people go through things but don't realize they stem from your internal thoughts. Really.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, man. That quote I actually found on Google. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really too wise with words like that, so. You know,
but that was dope though. That was a dope quote.
I try to find things that I feel fit what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, or my character. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay true to myself. So you won't ever see me post no quotes or anything on my page or social media that's too far fetched from what I really feel or stand by. So that joint, I saw that and I was like, yo, this is dope because sometimes people go through things and, you know, like you said, you try to figure out where it's stemming from, and it's like, yo, if you just to think positive for a second. And just, you know what I'm saying, not negative all the time and not, you know, ego tripping or whatever, like things can actually go your way. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen with some of my friends where they're like, yo, I can't figure it out. Like, maybe mom's is wilding, this, that, you know, I can't do this thing. And I'm like, yo, you gotta just like really like tunnel vision. Yeah, exactly. So I'm big on that, man. I feel like, you know, the energy I bring around is always gonna be the same, always gonna be positive. So, you know, if you have that same kind of time, you know, you should be fine, man, you know.
And I think that's dope, man, because I watched you with Queens, man. It looked like y'all are just having fun and recording.
Yeah, pretty much.
I ain't worrying about nothing else, huh?
Pretty much. You know, and the wild thing with me and him is like me and his birthday is a day apart, but we like night and day.
Wow.
Yeah, like
he's a Leo too?
Yeah.
Wow, I got 2 Leos. That makes sense now. That makes a lot.
He on 29th, I'm on 30th. Like we a day apart, but it's like, you know, it's still kind of like night and day. Like he's like and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like,
how'd you meet Flip? Where'd y'all meet?
I met Flip on the rah. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I met him on the rah time. Like, but me and him been rocking for like it's 2020 now. I want to say like at least 15 years. I've been rocking with him. Like, been cool with him. So I met him at this like festival in Queens we used to go to every year. Like, you know, little vendors and everything out, and they have kids dancing, performing, whatever. Like, you know, good vibe before school start. So I always go there, and you know, he I guess he heard of me. He came to me like, yo, he was rapping at the time, like, yo, play my song. I'm not DJing, my man DJing. He's like, all right, so tell your man play my song. I'm like, bro, I'm about to leave. Like, I ain't really. So he kind of like pressing me, like, yo, come on, man, like, tell him to play. I'm like, I don't know who this dude. I'm like, all right, bro. Once my boy like, yo, play this dude's song, please, because he acting a little crazy. I don't even know like what type of like just play it. I walked off. My man didn't play it, and then he came to me again. Flip like, yo, what's up? Like, I ain't play my flip. I'm like, bro, I don't know, son. Like, I'm not DJing, bro. Like, back up, man. Like, chill.
Right.
Nah, fuck that. That's your man. Tell him he can go. No. I'm like, yo, bro, can you play this dude's song, please? Like, just, I don't know, just play it. I walked off. He played it, and the crowd was wilding. I'm like, oh
shit.
Yo, don't that sound like the Saigon story? Don't that sound like the Saigon approach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is why that interview is like one of his top interviews. Like, he was like, yo, this is like my top 3 joint, because they connected a little bit. I feel like
strong arming DJs to play your record.
Yeah, so he's strong on me, man. And then after that, I told my boy, like, yo, Give me that CD back when you finish. I need that song. I need that record. So that's how me and him rocked out. And then my girl at the time was cool with one of his homegirls, and one day she had called me too, like, oh, I'm at my cousin's house and this guy's being annoying and he keep bothering me. I'm like, what? I pull up like, yo, what's up? Which one? And I'm looking around like, yo, what's up? And he's like, what up? I'm like, what's up? And then after that, we kind of like nothing happened, but we kind of looked at each other like stare down. And I'm like, y'all out, come on, ain't nothing going on in here. Like walked off, whatever. But from there, we kind of just like connected the music stuff, and then like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy.
Here y'all are, man, and the show was dope. I ain't even gonna front, man. Y'all thinking some stories that I haven't heard in 30 years. Like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
I tell you what though, what's the name's a good character on it. He's very animated. Killer Kev, yo.
I figured
Killer Kev is crazy, yo.
Yo, that's my man, bro. Like I can't
Killer Kev is yo. That dude is. Awesome.
That's my guy, bro. Like after that interview, me and him we've been rocking like heavy ever since. Like I call him, check up on him. He check up on me. Like this real character, man. Like he is character. He's one of the ones that's our show was doing pretty good before, you know what I'm saying? But around that time, like I give him his credit. Like he's responsible. Well, he's one of the ones responsible for helping our show boost up even more. You know what I'm saying? Like we had him on the show. We had CK and Bimmies and that whole run. That helped us boost up crazy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Killer Cab, man. That's my man. And he's gonna be on the not the Fast Forward interview and all that, but he's gonna be on the Picky Eater episode coming up soon as well. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there. Since you mentioned the name.
That's gonna be hot, yo.
Yeah, definitely. He jokes all day.
Let me, I guess, sticking with it since we're talking about Flip the Script before we get into Picky Eater. Let me ask you this. I know I always hear Queenzflip talk about battle rap. We've done quite a few of these interviews already too. Tell me about an interview that in the room you was like, that wasn't the best, but then once you saw it back on camera, you was like, man, that was a dope interview.
To kind of switch it up a little bit, or what you're trying to say, there's been a couple of interviews that when we sat down in the room, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go, and then it started to go really good. I'm like, oh, okay, because honestly, I don't really watch back the shows like that. I might skim through them, but I'm a little like I don't like to hear my voice sometimes. I don't be wanting to hear. I'll be like, So,
yo, how that work as a DJ, man? How does that work as a DJ?
I mean, DJing is a little different for me. Like DJing is. I think even with that, still, I don't like to really hear my voice too much. I don't play myself back like that. If I'm just mixing, I'll listen back to it. But if I'm mixing and talking, I don't be want to hear my voice. I'm like, I should have said this. I should have said that. I should, I'm like real hard on myself. So
yeah,
I'm my worst critic. So I don't be wanting to hear back. But recently we interviewed the other day, and I was like, I think it was Sean Branch. When he sat down.
Sean.
We just interviewed Sean.
I think Montana. From Montana, he's from Montana. Yeah. In DC, that's a project in DC.
Yeah.
That's where Brad's from, Shannon. Brad knows Sean. Yeah, Brad knows Sean. That's his people. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, I think when we sat down with him, I was a little bit like, I don't know how it's gonna go tonight. Like he was just kind of reserved. I was kind of like, and then was it him? I feel like it was him or somebody else. There was somebody we did recently. I was kind of like, nah, it's gonna be. But yeah, I don't watch the shows afterwards too much like that. But there's been a few guests where, their energy is kind of like they just kind of sitting there on the couch waiting to get started, and they're not really talking too much. And I'm like, all right, he don't feel like being, or she don't feel like being bothered today. So I don't know how it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But they end up opening up. We end up having a good time, and then it be love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Y'all do a great job of warming them up and kind of getting ready and all that, man. That's why I like y'all guys got great chemistry, man.
I tell you what, though, man, that what episode was it, man? Well, shoot, it was several episodes with Queenzflip by that closet. He go in the closet, like somebody like stretching the store. He go in that closet, like come on, bro.
Nah, yeah, he's crazy for that, bro.
Yeah, he's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Talk to us about Picky Eater. What inspired it and how did it come about?
Again, Queenzflip, man. Shout out to him. You know, shout out my bro. He we was in the studio one day and he was like, "Yo, I see you got a YouTube channel. You're not really taking advantage of it." I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't posted nothing in a while. I'm kind of low on the YouTube." He's like, "Yo, like everything is content right now, bro. Like put something up. Like just keep you got subscribers already, so just do something." And I was like, I don't know what I can do that's like gonna draw attention. Everybody online is looking for something crazy. They trying to see like what he's doing, like in the car wilding, doing the skits. That's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, "Yo, just go around and just try food. Like I know you from mad long, bro. I know you don't eat nothing. Like you picky. Just go try food and film it." And I was like, "All right, let's see." And you know, my boy Space Ghost, you know, he took lead on filming it and doing the editing and everything. So we just started running around with it. That was it. He's just like, "Yo, you know, meet me here. We're gonna film."
What do you like to eat? Because even little Dawson don't like shit either, son.
Nah, he's you know it's crazy. I'm over here with my parents now, and he wanted some cupcakes, right? Asking her all week, cupcakes, blah, 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 whatever. So she finally made it, and she's like, "Yo, come get the cupcakes." So we came over to get the cupcakes, and she I think she made one a certain color, and he was like, No. She's like, "Watch this." She went in the room. I think she just put a different icing on top of something she did, like, but it's the same as like one. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's one." And he ate the joint, like, so. He's like, he's just like me. He's bad like me, man. But I like a lot of food, but just it gotta be simple. I eat my eyes first. I feel like so. You know, I like sense. Mac and cheese. I like pasta. I like shrimp, fish. I eat chicken. I eat steak. I eat salmon.
But it gotta look right. It gotta look right.
Yeah, I can't eat no cheeseburger with all the extra. It gotta be just cheeseburger, ketchup, like. You know what I'm saying?
Do you, for as far as for the Picky Eater show, do you have like two things that you like the most? Because with Picky Eater, you don't know what you about to eat till you open up the box. Sometimes, right?
I don't.
Right.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. You know, Space Ghost, like I said, he takes lead on that. So he'll text me or call me. It's like, "Meet me here," and I pull up, and the camera's already rolling. So this is not a show where it's like some people might think, "Oh, we staged it," or whatever the case is. Like this is kind of like, "Yo, this is raw as you're gonna get it." You know what I mean? Of course, sometimes I might hear from some people online. Like you might say, "Yo, G, come to DC. We got some spot." So I might know the spot because you told me but I'll still try to keep it authentic, and I'll be like, "All right, look, I know where we're going, but I'm gonna give you Space Ghost number, call Space Ghost, and then let him set it up, and then let him order the food or something. Cause I want to be surprised still."
Y'all gonna take Picky Eaters out of New York? Yeah,
I mean, I you know, I would like to. The budget allows. You know, the budget meaning my money I got in my pocket.
Right, that's right.
We got to see how far we can go. Yeah. I mean, the only thing we did out of town was San Diego. I was out there for Comic-Con. I caught like 2 episodes off the Humble, and then we just did something in Jersey. A friend of mine for the season coming up too, season 3. A friend of mine made some like Jewish food for me, and she was in Jersey. So, but you know, I definitely want to come out to at least the closer cities like DC or Philly, or so I could drive out there, come back home. I don't want to spend too much crazy. I can't pay for everybody's flights to go back and forth and buy the food and. You know what I'm saying? We ain't there yet, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what was risky? I saw the episode where you was eating, I guess, like all the food at Summer Jam in the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Eating from them strangers, it's like, I was like, yo, wow, yo, he ain't playing with this. Yo, you should know where if you really want to risk it, go around New York City eating that street meat.
Man.
Dangerous deal right there.
Dog, cat, all types of stuff. Rat.
Come on, man.
And if you a true New Yorker, you know you got your apprehensions about certain shit.
Yo, I kid you not. I used to work in the city, and it was a dude that he was he had like his food truck, and he would be making like bacon and egg sandwiches for breakfast and working on the car at the same time.
Oh my God, that's wild. Yeah, but you know it's crazy. Like I don't think I pay attention to stuff too much like that. it's for me. It's still more like of if I see it, if it looks good, then I'm all right, cool. I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people are like, oh, I'm not cooking that. I'm not eating that food because she cooked it or he cooked it, or no, he live in projects. I'm not eating that food, or you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not like that really. I'm more like, let me see how it look. Nah, I'm not eating that.
Yo, that Cat's Deli look gross. That liver sandwich.
No, not that. Yo, son. The grasshopper tacos.
Oh yeah, that joint was about. Yo, they got stuck in our teeth and all that. That was crazy.
Man.
I'll never forget that. That was wild. Yeah, it's a wild journey, man. Like if y'all really, for anybody who really know me for more than 10 years or so, they know they've been around me. I'm a real simple eater. I'm talking about even on vacation. Like I go to Jamaica, I go to Trinidad. I'm trying to find McDonald's. I'm trying to find KFC. I'm trying to find something. I'm not eating the food from the. I'm like,
yo,
nah,
I've been there. I used to be like that too. But I've had experiences in like certain countries where I'm like, you know, like going to Jamaica and telling. I went to Jamaica. The last time I was in Jamaica last year, and I told like the driver, I was like, yo, we want to go get some food, like pull up to a spot. She took us to a chain restaurant. Like, bro, you can't be in Jamaica and get no chain restaurant jerk chicken. You know, right on the side of the road, it's like 50 drums. Everywhere you go in Jamaica, you could get good food at. So, I mean, how you call it? Like my palate kind of expanded a little bit after a while. I'm like, I wanna taste the native food. Like, but I ain't gonna lie. When I went to Africa, I did have McDonald's. I was one time in Africa. Actually, two times at it.
I'm that guy, man. I order some pizza to the room. I you know, like I keep it real simple. I'm not interested in no food from the islands or you know whatever. Oh, this is the best thing in Mexico yet? No, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm not
you're too, man. I like the joint you did. Queens is crazy. That shit is hot.
Thank you. You guys do a lot of research, man. Jeez,
son, that's a good joint, and the baggy joint too. I was vibing to that too, son.
Oh, thank you. You know, I try.
Who have you worked with that I may not know? Just keeping it real.
What musically?
Musically, yes, sir.
So the whole music thing for me is kind of like I want to say not part time, but part time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like DJ first, then it's now it's like DJ first. Now it's like podcast second, then producer is like third or fourth, and like artist is like eighth or ninth or something like down the line. So I haven't done a lot of records like that. But I work with Kaya Baby, who actually my cousin, my first cousin. She's a dope artist from Queens. If you guys not familiar, you know, check her out. She's been on like Sway, and she's been on. She was on Sway, yeah. She was on Sway. She was on Flex, Freestyle Joint. Got some records on the radio out here in New York too. To work with her with a Baggy song, you know, she's on a Baggy record, the last verse. So you know her, OnStar, SNS, Victor Moan, for the Queens is Crazy record. I got a song called Queens of the Map that I put out, but it's not. I never really pushed it crazy, but it's a song me and Mr. Cheeks on it. Like a real Queens type joint. Every time I see Cheeks, like, yo, we gotta do a video for the record, bro. I'm like, I know, man, we gotta do something with this song. I'm kind of sitting on it. But yeah, other than that, I haven't done anybody crazy musically yet. Like we haven't really done nothing. To be honest, I ain't doing nothing crazy yet. But during this quarantine, I've been producing a lot more. I've been learning more about producing. So I've been making a lot of beats, and just you know trying to just cook up that way.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of music, who were some of your the DJs that you looked up to that was a major influence?
You know, Pops, of course. You know, I never really saw him play because he stopped, you know, playing when I was born. So, but just him just giving me the insight and giving me the game. Grandmaster Vic, he's from Queens also, and my pops actually showed me how to DJ when he was younger. But he's the DJ for the Lost Boys, Mr. Cheeks, from 40 Projects also, and just being around like my dad used to bring me over there when I started DJing. And he was like, yo, let's go to the projects. Let's go hang out. You know, he wanted to go hang out. I didn't know until I got older. He pulled a fast one. Like, I want to go hang out. But he's like, yo, you can come DJ. You want to come DJ? I'm like, yeah, I come. We out. So he'll sneak me out late. We go out there, and then I would see Vic in action. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying, with doing the blends and on the vinyl, and then like Vic used to tap me like, yo, G, get on. All right, cool. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll play a few records, and then he'd be like, I'll be back. And he would leave me there for like 2 hours with his equipment, with his record, everything. So I'm like,
oh, wow.
I can't call him. I don't got no phone. I'm like,
yeah.
What this dude? I'm running from that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm rocking out to the old people, well, not old people, but the older crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the crate days though. You was digging in the crates.
Yeah. So I'm playing it. My crates is at home. So I'm playing on his crates. Like, he's gone for like 2 hours. So now I'm like figuring it out. Like, all right, cool. So he was an influence early on, and then I think later on hearing the radio, and a lot of people don't mention his name anymore now because of what he's into or whatever. They feel how they feel, but I still feel like Mr. C is a big influence also. Like, just he was dope. He was dope on the radio. I played sets with him in the club plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? I opened up for him. I heard him rock out, and he just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, different. So I take a little something from everybody, man. Even like Kid Capri, just his MC game. Jazzy Jeff, just how he performs when he does the cuts. Right. And, I'm just like, he's just dirty. Like, oh man,
Scratch is nice too.
I listened to
Scratch
a Jazzy Jeff set in London.
Oh man,
dude, for hours straight, just rock.
Phenomenal.
Just rock.
He's different. He's different, bro. He's different, man. But those guys, and then even on the left field side, as I got older, I started listening to the EDM stuff and the dubstep and all that, and I got influenced by people like Skrillex and dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? Who rock the stadiums and festivals, and it's like,
right,
bro. It's they play different, man. It's different vibes. So my ears been opening up, each year of my career, just more and more to the world, to the music, to the DJs, to the artists, to the producers, just trying to learn more and just capture more of that vibe and kind of create my own vibe.
That's right.
Yeah. One of the things that I've always thought was, and this is the outside looking at it for DJs, I always thought was difficult is that, DJs to me always got defined by two things: their ability to mix and their ability to scratch. So, it's always like somebody be like, when you talk about like the DJ scratch, it's like, oh, he starts scratching, it's crazy, or this, that, or whatever it is. But truthfully, he's a dude that he can mix also. Like, did you ever feel pressure as a DJ to kind of, pick a lane to go in? Like, am I going to be a master scratcher, or am I going to be good at blending and mixing?
Man, I think my thing was, I think from first seeing Juice, I was like, all right, I want to do that. There we go. I want to do that. Then I started doing it, and I was like, all right, it's a little difficult to really get all the tricks and everything. It's a little crazy, so I may not be in this lane too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely do my scratching, and I could do my little transforming. I get busy a little bit too, but not to that capacity of Jazzy Jeff and all that. But I feel like my thing was to learn a little bit about everything. That was my thing. So you can't catch me slipping, and I'm too far behind it. Any kind of, I can blend, I can scratch, I can mix, I can talk on the mic, I can play different kind of reggae, hip hop. I can go here. So I wanted to just get a little bit of everything, so I'm kind of well rounded instead of me just like, I didn't want to just. I wasn't the whole tricks and scratches stuff. I think is dope. I just never really took time to sit down and be like, all right, I'm gonna go crazy, take my shirt off and do spinning. I was like, this is. I'm gonna learn my scratching so I can keep up, and both hands are good, and do my little good time, good, go crazy. But after that is where it stops at for me. I just kind of mastered the other stuff and blending, and like I said, just watching the crowd for me is the most important thing. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like there was a point in time where all of that went out the window, and it was just about who had the newest record, who could play the newest record first,
and how you played it. Yeah. Yeah, for a while. I feel like in some instances it's kind of like that still now. Some spots, but not now, but can be closed down. But as of recently, I feel like I've been to spots and I've heard DJs and they don't really be too skilled on the set, but they can talk and intro the record the right way, and the crowd just
right.
Like, oh,
right. I'm glad you noticed that, man. I'm glad you noticed that. Some people do not know how to play, what to play, when to play, but their mic game is serious.
Bro. It's like they can give you the best intro in the world. So now when that song drops, it's like, it's bigger than life now. Next song, same thing. Yo, you know when I was I was in DC and then we boom, and then I went to the Bronx and then boom. Now it's like, yo, he killed it. But then like, you know, what's funny to me though? What's funny to me though is like I didn't really realize that until I saw it first, and then one of my homies. You know, I'm not gonna say his name, but one of my mans, like, he DJ too, and he invited me to the crib. He's like, yo, come to the crib, let's session. I'm like, all right, cool. He said, yo, I'm trying to learn how to scratch and all that. I'm like, all right. And I get to his crib, and then he only could do his like right hand. And I was like, yo, what that turntable at? He was like, oh, I don't really use the other one. I just stay on the right side. I'm like, so I was like, yo, this dude be really out here killing. He be out here really killing these parties and all that, and like. He can't really mix like that. And I'm showing him some simple, like, basic. He was kind of like lost a little bit. I was like, damn. So how is he? It was that time where everything started to switch over. It's like everyone's on Serato. Everyone's doing this. Everyone is
make it easier.
Yeah, half the DJs is pressing buttons now. They're not really doing that. It's just kind of, so I'm seeing it. I'm like, damn, this game is crazy. So like, I might lose my job now, man. Because if he can do that, they don't need me no more. They don't need me now. It's over.
Going back to FlipDaScript, yo, how did y'all get to interview Jake the Snake?
Oh yeah, classic interview.
Yo, hey, keeping it real, I'm gonna keep it all the way a stack, son. He's one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. I DDT'd everybody growing up, my nigga. I don't give a fuck.
And the DDT. Remember that?
DDT.
How did that come about? How was that interview, man?
It was crazy. That was like I think that was the last or second to last interview before COVID hit. Okay. I think that one. I think him and Chingy was the last two we had before I think COVID hit. I think somebody. I feel like somebody reached out to Flip, who was in that circle or something like that. Oh no, actually, hold on. I'm trying. Flip, I think met him somewhere a year ago prior to that. I think he did like a video for Instagram with Jake the Snake. I think he met him somewhere and he got him to do a video with him. He posted on Instagram. I think he reconnected with the guy. I guess he knew him, his man, or something like that. And he was like, yeah, you know, he interested. He'll come to the show. My concern was the snake. I was like, yo, is he bringing the snake? Because if so, I might have to do the interview from the crib on the webcam or something. Because I would not be in the studio with that joint in there, man. No way. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty cool dude, though.
Yeah, it was dope. It was definitely, you know, I feel like, you know, that was definitely a classic episode. I feel like we was on to something. We were kind of heating up even more around that time, and then the whole COVID joint just smacked us in the face, and I'm like.
How's that affected you, the COVID, man?
To be honest, man, I'm kind of enjoying this time. I've been enjoying the time in the house. This is probably the first time I've sat still and since I was born, probably. So I get to sit in the house, you know. I mean, you know, financially, you know, you take some L's. You know, I do work part time for Queens Library. You know, I'm like their music guy, you know, at the teen center. So I teach how to DJ, I teach them how to record and use Pro Tools, and teach them. I run a podcast there also, and you know, I do a bunch of different things with them there. So, you know, I'm fortunate enough to still be working remotely, you know, through them, which is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And then still was getting booked during quarantine for like Zoom parties and Instagram lives and all that. So I was getting some, you know, some little change coming in. So
nice.
I just had you know, like I said, I've been enjoying the time in the house and being with my son. Just, you know, just extra time here with him and just playing games and just doing regular folk stuff.
Dad, man. That's it, man.
But being dad, you know, trying to catch up on some of these shows, and you know what I'm saying. Like I've been really enjoying the Netflix time in the crib, and just it's been cooling, man. So
have you been watching the versus battles lately?
I catch some of them. You know, I haven't seen too many of them all the way through, but I've been sneaking in a live here and there, and my son, when he say he's still on my phone, or he's changing the TV, or he's I have to go play this game. I'm playing Fortnite, I'm playing Roblox on the phone, so I've been in and out a lot of the battles.
Right, because the reason why I asked that, if you had a chance to see two DJs on the versus battle, what two DJs would it be and why?
See, that's a good one. Everybody always asks me what artists I want to see on there, producers, like the DJs. That I think that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. I gotta get Jazzy Jeff in there with somebody.
That'd be a good way to start.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think who I don't want to discredit him or discredit another DJ by saying the opponent, but Jazzy Jeff, and then just to kind of throw a name out there, Jazzy Jeff and DJ Scratch, something like that. Gotta good. Something like that.
That'd be entertaining. That'd be
crazy. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But I know the verses is real important to match them up the right way. So I have to really think about that answer, a little bit longer. But because I know they want to match it as far as skill level or years in the game. They wanted to really put where it can go for a battle. So, but I think Jazzy Jeff and Scratch, off the top of my head right now, would be dope. Something like that. And if you want to go left field, which I think would be dope, and bring numbers in too, do a Calvin Harris versus Diplo or something something for the EDM people too. That'll be because those guys got the records, and then
that'll do numbers.
That was crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do something a different type of vibe, you could do something like Khaled versus DJ Mustard for the guys. They putting records out they're song for song.
Man. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If we're going, you know what I'm saying? It's different ways we can do it.
Different parallels, man. It's crazy parallels.
Yeah. Different ways we can do it. Make it. But
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
No, I was going to say, I think he definitely should tap in that market. You know what I'm saying? Next,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's something that you something on your show, Picky Eaters, that you ate that you thought it was gonna be nasty, but you was like, damn, this is actually pretty good.
There's not many, man. I tell you that it's not many.
That
man.
octopus look disgusting, yo.
It's like allergic to octopus.
I get chills. I get chills thinking about that thing. It's just weird. I can't do it. But I had the few that I liked though. The one that I actually ordered again on my own was Doubles. It's a West Indian breakfast for those anybody who don't know. I think like a Trinidadian breakfast.
What's it called?
Doubles.
Ask my wife. My wife is from Jamaica. I'm gonna ask her.
Actually, she know about doubles. It's like it's simple though. It's like a bread, and it's like some, I think, chickpeas in there and some kind of sauce and potatoes. It's kind of
like roti.
Yeah, but just no meat. I don't think in there.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay.
I saw you come up to the Bronx and get the Ackee and saltfish.
That wasn't that bad either.
Yeah, and I see you got the D&G. You got the D&G. That's how you got to roll it.
Or you got some soda too. The way you got a ting. Ting.
Nah, the Ackee wasn't bad either. Ackee it wasn't that bad. A little salty, but
yeah,
that wasn't that bad. So that one. Actually, what's crazy is I had goat, liver, kidney, and brain.
Oh,
it's a whole mix. Now that to me was probably the scariest way it sounds, but it didn't taste that bad, which is crazy. I wouldn't order it again, no, but it wasn't that bad. It had like a nice little flavor. It was spicy. It was all right. It was not.
We need Picky Eater International, man. We need Picky Eater International. Next time you go on vacation, you gotta take the camera and film.
Yeah. I plan to. Let's see how everything map out. Like I said, I want to touch. I'm probably touch Philly and DC at some next, and try to find the biggest spots out there, or the most popular restaurants, and tap into those. Probably like Philly, DC, Maryland, and like somewhere else probably. You know, we finished filming for season 3 already, so
Okay.
I want to try to bring season 4 back sometime soon. You know, I plan to, you know, everything works out the way I want to. I plan to start filming around Halloween. So the episode 1 for that one be like Halloween episode, and then try something crazy.
I think this Wednesday they opening up indoor restaurants, brother. Step in.
I heard. Yeah, I'm just trying to take a little break, man. I get tired of eating all this wild food, so I'm not trying to rush back and film nothing until like Halloween. I'm waiting it out.
Yeah, you're gonna need a colonic soon, brother.
Go get you some White Castle.
Some prune juice. Don't do it. The White Castle.
Clean everything out. Clean everything out. The White Castle.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah. So soon, man. You know, I'm trying to get back into it soon.
So what's the long-term goal for Picky Eater? Where would you like to see it go?
TV, Netflix, something like that.
Nice.
I think, you know, if I'm gonna throw it out there, I think, you know, the first 2 seasons we did were pretty dope. I think this one is definitely a notch up as far as quality and as far as the way, you know, the way we shot it and the way we edited everything. The sound effects, it's a lot more going on. In season 3, I feel like we're a little more TV ready with this season. And then my mindset is more like TV ready too. Like I try to film all 10 episodes before we even put the first one out. You know, the first 2 seasons, me and Space Ghost were kind of running around filming. Like we were trying to drop every Thursday last time, so we'll film Wednesday night and then drop it on Thursday. Still, like he'll take it home and still be up editing and put it up and have it done the next day. I was like, damn, that was close. So, so this season, I'm like, yo, let's film everything first. Get it, you know what I'm saying? We done. Sit down, edit process, boom. Let's make sure everything's good and then start dropping it once a week. Nice. And then like and what we're doing now is like every Tuesday we're gonna do like a watch party. So Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm gonna go on YouTube and premiere it and watch it with all the fans, all the supporters, and you know, just be in the chat, be in the comments, you know, just answering questions or whatever. So I want to get that TV feel and that vibe ready, and, you know, in case the call comes in or, you know, a situation comes about, you know, we kind of ready a little bit.
Yeah. So what's G Money up to outside of Picky Eaters, bro?
I be chilling, man. I'm kind of low key guy. You know, trying to watch a lot of shows. You know, I'm on the Power Wave now, of course. You know, Power's on now. I'm watching that. I'm watching what else I be doing? A lot of time with Dawson, you know, Dawson Time.
He's a bunch, man.
Yeah, he's like 5 kids in one, so you gotta really be
he's a good dude, man.
You gotta be ready. I was in the park with him today for like 5 hours outside the park. Like, I'm like, you're not tired? You don't want to go upstairs? Nah, I be just chilling, man. Just movies, shows, working on some beats now. You know, I was finishing something up before we started the show. So I've been cooking up some joints and you know, yeah, I just be chilling, man. You know, ain't too much to it, man. I be cooling. I don't have no crazy stories for y'all like that. I ain't got nothing really going on crazy. But I'm like, yo, I'm like that. I just be, you know, I be DJing these gigs. I be rocking out, you know, working on the music.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Supposed to be, man. Keep it simple, man.
Yeah. That's it, really, man. Just trying to figure out the next move, and, you know, just also learning and growing. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little older, so just trying to like move how I want to move now. I feel like when I was younger, I actually just kind of move on everyone else's accord. You know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of like, let me pick and choose what I want to do now, and, you know, all right, this gig, no, I'm not doing that one, but I'll do this one. Or this, no, hang out here, no, I'm not hanging out there. No, I want to go over there. I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful.
Independent thought has a lot of power to it, man. Cherish it, bro. For real.
Nah, for sure. So that's it for me, man. Just trying to make it happen, bro. You know, I think the podcast is doing pretty cool. You know, Picky Eater doing pretty cool. So I'm excited about both of those and my growth and just trying to transition to not being just a DJ, but, you know, I watch guys like Khaled and see what he's doing. It pushes me to work on music, and, you know, I watch guys even like Cypher Sounds. I watched someone interview the other day. My homegirl, she had a podcast called the Kicks and Shit Show. You know, she interviewed him, and he was telling his story about, you know, Hot 97, and then he left and then jumped to the comedy lane, and he still DJs though. But then, you know, he found other niche. You know what I'm saying? And he ran with that. So I think for like, you know, for years now, I was a little afraid to to back down off certain DJ situations and to do something else. Now I'm kind of like okay with it. Like, yo, I don't got to DJ every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could do the Pick Eater show, I could do the podcast, and then do a gig when I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting to that stage in my life right now.
Yeah, you're thinking in terms of brand rather than just saying, well, I don't just have to be a DJ, I'm a brand.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure, if people know too much about the DJ game and the bookings and how you get paid and stuff like that, but they pay according to your name more so, not really the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody, but I feel like some people that book these DJs, they, if you're on the radio, you get booked and then you can charge more because you're DJ such and such from such FM, or so now you get paid a pretty bag versus somebody who's not really stamped like that. It's kind of like, yo, bro, can you open up for 3 hours for this guy on the radio and we'll give you some gas money or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
And those be the same dudes that can't go left, right?
You know it, yeah.
This guy's spicy.
They don't know how to use the crossfader, son.
You're a spicy guy, man. Watch out for you, man.
Let me ask you this last question. I want to be respectful of your time. I know Tekashi was calling around everybody under the sun to get an interview. Did he hit FlipDaScript up to try to get an interview from y'all?
Nah, he didn't. Nah. People ask me too, like, yo, would you interview him on a show? I was like, I don't know. We interviewed his man, my homeboy, well, his ex friend or whatever, my man Punch.
Punch, right?
Punch was his homie and his DJ and stuff like that. Me and Punch go back too for like a good 15 years or so. Like I remember Punch when he was rapping.
Mm.
So Punch. I hit up Punch actually like, yo, you want to come to the show, bro? Like he pulled up, interviewed him. He told his side of the story. So he don't deal with him no more. You know what I'm saying? He's off that. He's like, nah, I can't do it. I don't know. I'm still up in the air about it, to be honest. I don't really know. I don't know. I heard his side. I heard their side. I heard, the whole snitching thing and street code. I get all that, but I don't know, man. It's tricky. Like I can't even play his records anymore. You go crazy. I probably get shot if I put one of his records on or something.
Yeah,
my page probably get blocked.
I'm surprised he didn't holler at y'all though, because I know they say he was making the rounds trying to line up an interview, and he was looking, trying to get with a podcast that he felt was like credible and had street cred. So I'm like, damn, I know he coming your way.
Yeah, he didn't reach out. He didn't reach out yet. I feel like
he's coming.
I think another. Sound like you and Queenzflip got to have a conversation. I put it in the universe because I'm telling you, it's going to be.
Queen, you know what? Flip gonna put him through the fucking ring or something. That's gonna be some funny shit, yo.
I'm be saying like this.
Some funny shit, yo.
I'm be saying like this, quiet the whole time, like.
Yeah.
I don't know what to act like. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You ask them a question and then you go outside, they see me and be like, yo, why you talking to me? Nah, G, get out of here, bro. You messing with the ops. So like, I don't even know. But I do know that'll probably be the most viewed interview if we get him. That'll go crazy. It'll go crazy on the show. I'm not sure if it's a smart move or not. I don't know.
That's gonna go through the roof.
I don't know how that will play out.
Anybody that's gonna touch that is gonna go through the roof. The people are gonna be curious.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. 6ix9ine, man. Shouts to him. I'm a fan of the music. I just, the people say we can't play it, so we can't play it. And I ain't trying to get shot.
Leave it alone for right now.
Leave it alone for right now. Yeah, leave it alone. I ain't. That same thing with R. Kelly. Same thing with a few people. I was like, I can't really. What can I do, man? I don't know. Like, somebody said it on a show, stand-up comedy at Sunday. It was like, yo, so y'all gonna cancel R. Kelly? So you're gonna erase all your childhood graduation videos because everybody sung that I Believe I Can Fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna erase those videos with that song in it? Like,
yeah,
that's a lot of graduations.
It's a lot of graduations, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even know that DJs had a black book with people in the black book. Like, nah, these records can't spin.
Yo, man, it really be the area you in, or
right.
Because like I'm in New York, so I remember when 6ix9ine first got in a situation. I think I played a record, and some guy ran to the booth, and I was like, "Yo, bro, like that's your man or something? Like you part of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play the record." I was like, "All right, whatever." And he was standing there like, "Yo, no, turn it off." Like, I'm like, "Yo, so you part of it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you involved with this?" "Nah, but we from the area, and we don't want to hear that." I'm like, "You're not even."
You even nobody, son.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But what's crazy, it go back to even further than that. I remember being young, as you mentioned, I remember being young, I played a boat ride when I was like probably like 16 or something. I was DJing Queen's joint, and I'm playing, I think maybe like 16, 17. This was when 50 was beefing with Cadillac Ty and all them. I think it's funny now because me and Todd's cool. We called you, whatever. He did our show as well.
Yeah.
But at the time, I don't know if it was him or I think one of his mans or something. I played a 50 record, and somebody ran in the booth like, "Yo, turn that shit off right now." And I'm like, I don't know what I'm blindsided. I'm like, I don't know what like why. Like I'm saying like why. They're like, "Yo, turn it off." And somebody else came over like, "Yo,
don't do that." Yeah.
Can't play that tonight. Not tonight. And I was like, "Yo, what's up?" Whatever. Like play number song. It was like, "Yo, off." And I was like, "All right, let me put some notes on this." If people take that stuff serious, man, like,
I like. I saw the Cadillac Ty interview. I did like the Pop City Anthem. I thought he had a good song. I don't know why he didn't take off how he should have taken off.
Yeah, probably that whole joint. Just back and forth. I don't know. That anthem was definitely fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but yeah, the game. People, I feel like some people be involved that's not even involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't your man. Don't press me to turn the record off. You don't even.
It's a lot of sideline action, man.
Yeah, but as a DJ, you here to please the crowd. So I ain't trying to play nothing and start nothing up and make people feel a way where things go left and it's kind of like possibly my fault or whatever. So
right.
Right, cool. We're not playing that tonight. Don't worry. All right, cool. I ain't whatever. I'll turn it off. I ain't trying to get nobody hurt, man. Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. Thanks for agreeing to do this. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man.
Pleasure talking to you. Thanks for taking time on the schedule.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you guys doing a great job. The interview was dope. You guys did a lot of freaking homework because you bring up some things that a lot of people don't bring up. You did a great job, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anytime y'all need me for something, feel free to reach out, man. It's all love.